What is up, guys? This is Jared Spalding here, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I've mentioned in passing on my channel before, but never something I've actually talked about in full, and that is silver stacking as a primary source of income. And basically, instead of just hoarding silver, you'd be buying silver at dips and then selling them at peaks, or what you're perceiving at least as dips and peaks. And I guess I'll just be giving my opinion on this. I'll explain what it is first. So there are people out there who just like there's millions of people who are on the stock market. There's maybe not that many people. There's plenty of people who are, buying silver and then selling it as their primary source of income. They wouldn't buy silver like this, obviously, because you're only gonna be able to sell it for around what you paid it for. But usually they'd be buying constitutional stuff that they could flip. Constitutional, numismatically valuable coins, or maybe even foreign coins, stuff like that they could easily, get a flip on. And I guess it depends on how large of a scale they're doing it at, but if it's, a coin shop, then they're going to be making large purchases and probably buying either junk constitutional and then selling them, for above melt, buying them below melt, and they'll do the same thing with bullion, or they'll be trying to get good deals on constitutional coins and, flip them for maybe twice what they paid for them. And I do try to get the best deals, of course, possible when I'm paying for coins, not because I plan on selling them, but because I want to, have enough currency left to make other purchases, and I want to just get the coins for a good deal. I mean, that makes sense. Most people try to do that, but, these people who are trying to create a livelihood out of silver stacking really need to be able to get their silver coins for cheap if they're buying numismatically valuable things, and that's one of the things that makes it difficult. But there's many more as well. Another difficulty would be buying things like bullion and junk constitutional for under melt. I don't really see that being feasible to do every time you make a purchase. Maybe, once or twice you'll get lucky, but you're not going to always have enough stock and where you'll make a profit off of it, because you'd have to buy either a huge amount of bulk, like tens of thousands of dollars worth of silver, or B, you'd have to buy, so if everything you buy would have to be below melt, and that's where one of the difficulties comes in. That's where usually it means that you're gonna have to either be running a coin shop or owning maybe an online business. But doing this as an individual, just buying silver like casually and then planning on flipping it for a lot is very, very difficult, and definitely not something I would recommend for the average person. You're gonna have to be, for one, really dedicated, and for two, you're gonna really have to have a lot of money that you're able to put into this. And there's another thing I have against this, though. I also believe that buying at dips and selling at peaks is an extremely bad idea, because what ends up happening is chances are you don't have such a large amount of currency amassed that you can influence the silver market yourself. So you're just kind of buying based on what you think the silver price is going to be, and you are buying at what you perceive as a dip and then selling at what you perceive as a peak. Now, let's say the silver dips down to $14.50 an ounce, right, from where it is right now, and you buy up a bunch of silver. You spend all this money on silver because you think it's going to go back up. Then it goes down to $13 an ounce, and it doesn't recover back to $14.50 an ounce for 6 months. And by the time it does, since you're relying on silver as your only source of income, you are forced to sell at below a profit. That's one of the problems with it. You might think that what you were buying at was a dip and it's going to shoot up, but really it wasn't. And also, you can be getting gypped out of some of your money in the fact that you might, say silver goes up to $22.50 an ounce, right? And you sell it then, and then silver goes up to $30 an ounce, and it doesn't come back down for a really long time, and it kind of just plateaus at around $30 an ounce. But you can't buy it and make it a profit anymore because the silver value isn't going up. That's another difficulty with whole, buying what you think is going to be the dip and what you think is going to be the peak, and then it turns out to not be that, and you can end up, being forced to sell at a loss, or, you can't buy anything to make a profit, and you're forced to go into another trade. And, especially in this economy, it's going to be very difficult to just find a job. If you don't have any experience really working, then like anyone else would from already have had many jobs instead of just running this own business of theirs, then you are going to have some difficulty in the job market. So that's a few of the difficulties I think with it, and overall I would just say unless you have a lot of money to do this, really I would not recommend it at all. Maybe not, especially not as a primary source of income. Maybe it's like a secondary one where you can rely on. If you'll never be forced to sell because you're already making enough money at another job to support yourself. But honestly, even that I don't think is a good idea. I find it pretty foolish to sell silver unless you're a very large company that can guarantee profit. And I just think that you should be stacking silver just to stack silver, just to have it and protect your future. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the quick video. That's it for this one. Peace, love, much respect.